And I am joined by Due West in the studio. And they are here today because they're playing Tuesday on the Town, and it should be a beautiful day. So we'll be out at the band shell later on tonight. And how are you guys doing today?
We are so happy to be here. We
Yes.
cannot wait to meet your people. So come on out, people, tonight. We want to meet you.
They're probably just as beautiful as this town. We love Hampton. It's so beautiful here. It's gorgeous.
It's a great, perfect weather right now too for you. All the, plants are green. It's looking so pretty out there right now. So I'm glad you get to see Iowa in its prettier stages.
Yeah.
And let's have you go through and introduce yourselves and what you play or what your specialty is.
I'm Tim Gates. I do the singing. I'll let these guys play the guitars.
My name is Matthew Lopez. I play the guitar and sing the low harmony. I'm happy to be here.
My name is Brad Hull. I sing the high harmony and play the guitar, and I'm the most happy to be here out of these three guys.
It's not a contest, guys, but I love it.
No, I am.
No, I am.
All right. So I read that you guys met at a house party and connected over similar tastes in music. Did you decide that night that you were going to become a band, or how did that come to be?
Well, I had kind of because I had a place for us to play. I was managing a restaurant. We had a big old stage, so I invited the boys, and we started playing every Friday, Saturday night. So,
Oh,
yeah,
fun. Just kind of, let's start jamming and see where it kind of goes from there.
And
Or
in
were you
Nashville,
like,
if you don't take that opportunity in Nashville, then you lose it. They would have gone to somebody else.
Someone else will step in right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's true. And is there an inspiration behind the name Due West, or where did that come from?
Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting story. Some of your fans and you might know the group Sawyer Brown.
Yeah.
Well, they named themselves after a road in Nashville out in Bellevue called Sawyer Brown Road. And so when we were trying to come up with a name after we'd gotten that gig, we played a few gigs without a name actually. And then we were like, I guess we should probably come up with an actual name for this group. And we are all from the West. I'm from Wyoming, Brad's from Arizona, Tim's from Utah. So we wanted something that kind of shouted out to the West, or and we thought about the West, or just West, or something. And then we found out that there's a road in Nashville called Due West.
Oh, very cool.
So we were like, well, that's cool. It accomplishes both. It's a shout out a little bit to one of our hero bands, Sawyer Brown, who we love and cover a lot of their songs. And it also says West, so that's where the name comes from.
That's very cool. I love that. And your vocal harmonies are probably a huge part of your guys' sound. It's so amazing. How difficult was it to develop that vocal harmony when you guys got together, or was it just kind of...
I think it was kind of natural. Tim just has an incredible voice, and Matt and I had actually sung a couple times before that. Matt always sang low harmony. I always sang high harmony. And when we jumped in with Tim, it was a natural thing. It didn't really take a whole lot of... We did have to learn a few songs together to get each other's phrasing down and things, but the harmony lock was pretty instantaneous, I think.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, kind of that natural, because sometimes that can be really hard, going back to the piano, like, no, this is your note.
Well, and a lot of people compliment us on our harmonies, but Tim, a lot of times will say, well, what about the melody?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, all right. Let's see. Also, when you guys write your original songs, do you each have a different approach? Does one person work on lyrics, another melody, or similar approach, working together?
It's a different day, different way to do it. Sometimes I know Brad will bring in an idea. Matt always has a great groove idea, and then they just kind of marry themselves together. Especially when you're in a room, then all these ideas that we're bringing to the room become kind of one idea, and then we just start writing it. But it's important to have those kind of things happen. But sometimes, you're just in a room and you're not even planning on writing a song. He'll start playing something and we'll start singing something, and that'll just take
kind of
off.
just comes organically sometimes.
That's right.
Sometimes
amazing.
a phrase comes along too. On our most recent album, there's a song that Tim came up with a phrase in a unique way.
Yeah.
Tell them
I was listening to some Crystal Gale on YouTube, just kind of, I like to kind of go down rabbit holes with artists. She had said, something in the interview. I do all my leaving while I'm gone. I said, do all your leaving while you're gone. That's a pretty good idea for a song. So then you write those things down, and then you bring it to a session. And if people like that idea, sometimes it just kind of hooks everybody.
Right, it brings someone else.
An hour, you're finished with the song. Yeah.
Oh wow, very cool. Let's see, we got a couple of more minutes here. So, is there a song that you find most meaningful to you, or the song that you enjoy the most playing for other people?
Wow, I think honestly one of my personal favorites of Due West is a song called "I Just Want to Go There," and it's actually the first song that the three of us sat and got an opportunity to sit in the room with legendary songwriter Dean Dillon.
Oh.
And this was the first song that we wrote with him, and I think that's partly why I love it. But we ended up making a great sounding record on it, and then just doing it live even is just one of my favorite. It's got such a vibe. I love the melodies, love the chord changes. So that's my personal favorite of the Due West ones.
No, it's my favorite.
I love that. All right, we are gonna take a quick break, and we will be back with more Due West in a moment on KLMJ. Beth Strand back again with Due West in the studio. They are our Tuesday on the Town band for today. And let's see, it's 9:21, 64 degrees here in Hampton. And I've got one more question for these guys. Country has changed a lot in the past few years. What do you think are the positives to that change, and how do you see Due West fitting into the genre?
I mean, country music to me has changed. It always changes.
Always,
You look at 80s music compared to the 90s, and then you go to 2000, and then it seems to come back around to what it really is, and it's the country music, the fiddle, steel guitar, and just pure country music. And I think we're coming back to that again. Not that anything else was bad. The change is always good, and people love the songs. But now it's kind of gone back to the 90s thing again.
Absolutely, yeah.
Country music is known for this.
Yep.
You know, I think what's cool about what happens, and you're right, Tim, like it's cycles. You know, I remember Kenny Rogers, was criticized. He was too pop. But he brought a giant audience into country. And then when it cycles back around, those people stick around, and they end up loving the fiddle and the steel and that more, the two-stepping and the waltzes. And the lyrics of country music is also a thing I feel like that's a pretty key element to real country music,
Yes.
Real stories that touch people's hearts and that kind of thing. But so you do see these pop moments happen, the bro country and whatever, and I think of course all music is great, but I love how it brings in a bigger audience when it brings some of those pop elements in, and then those people stay.
Yeah.
And now when it circles back around, you got Zach Top and some of these kids, really making records that sound like 90s, the stuff that we grew up on.
Absolutely.
And the young kids are loving that. And so for Due West and how that affects that, to kind of answer your question, we've always been more of a 90s sounding band, just because that's what we love, and that's what we, our covers are 90s, 80s, and 90s music. And so the records we make are also of that sound. And there's been times, for sure, in our career, it's been a journey, but there's been times when, we've had the people, the execs in Nashville saying, oh, you guys it sounds too 90s, it sounds dated, it sounds, whatever, it needs to sound more, pop or whatever. And we just stuck to our roots and just kept making the music that we wanted to make and writing about the things that we want to, write about. And thankfully, it's kind of swinging back around. And it's, allowing us to continue to be out here doing this, meeting radio and putting music out and growing our fan base. And, we're trying to do all the things, the TikToks and the Instagram and all that stuff. You got to do it all. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but hey, we're here, and we love, at the end of the day, we love singing country music and writing country music and performing it for people.
Absolutely. You got to do it, like, you've got to do it because you love it, not because of this, that, the other thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
For sure.
It's all about the passion. And just so you know, we are TikTokers, and Matt can do the gritty.
Oh, so you guys got a TikTok account at Due West?
Due West Official.
Due West Official.
Due West Official. Okay, you TikTokers out there, look up Due West Official on TikTok. And we've got time for a little song. If
Let's
you
do
want to
it.
play us one.
Let's do it. This is the first song I mentioned earlier that we wrote with Dean Dillon. It's called I Just Want to Go There. 2, 3, 4.
Didn't tell them where we were going. Didn't want anybody knowing about our weekend. Just threw our clothes in the car. The secret was ours for keeping. Stumbled on a cool little place miles away from the interstate, outside some no-name town. Set it down, got around me and you, and we got so high on a love that came to life right out of nowhere. I just wanna go there. Walk down by the water's edge about the time that golden sunset in your eyes. Built a fire to keep us warm. Talked about the normal things, you know, crazy love. No one knew about you and I. Hell, it even took us by surprise when we fell so hard. Those 3 days made it clear, just as sure as we were late, it was meant to be. And we got so high on a love that came to life right out of nowhere. I just wanna go there. We can leave tonight. Well, it might be hard to find it, but I don't. I just wanna go there. Didn't tell them where we were going. Didn't want anybody knowing about our weekend. I just wanna go there. Walk down by the water's edge about the time that golden sunset in your eyes. I just wanna go there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
That
you.
was wonderful. All right. We will be right back. I'm going to have your cash bids from Melinda's Co-op in Bradford coming up soon, and more with Tuesday on the Town Band, Due West on KLMJ. Beth Strand back again with Due West in the studio. They are our Tuesday on the Town Band for tonight. And still got some questions for these guys here. Do you guys have any pre-show rituals or routines? Something you always feel like you need to do before a show to get ready?
I mean, not really. I think we all just kind of mentally prepare ourselves, and then we start kind of
Warming up.
we don't really warm up that much either. We just get to play a few of the songs that we have on the list and make sure that we're good with them, and then go on stage. But I think the ritual is just having fun.
We probably should warm up a little bit, you know, especially before we do morning radio.
Do you floss or anything?
I like to brush my teeth before I go on stage. I really do. I don't know why.
Put on a fresh pair of socks.
Yeah.
That's always good. And you guys have collaborated and written songs for a lot of other country artists. Is there a particular collab or song that another artist played that you kind of wish maybe we could have kept that one?
That's a good question.
No, we're happy to give them away to other people.
Well, it kind of happened with the Bucky Covington cut our song, Bible in the Bell.
Yeah.
And then we did our version of it, which we kept and actually released.
I was gonna say these days you can kind of do both. There can be
Right.
multiple versions out. You know, I mean, yeah, that actually has happened through the years where there was times when you remember. I think Leanne Rimes and Trisha Yearwood both
Yeah.
had the same song
Yeah.
out at the same time.
Yes.
Yep.
Very cool. And is there an artist from the past or present that you would most want to collab with?
Yes. For me, it'll always be George Strait.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Dead or alive, I guess it don't matter.
Either one, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'd love to collab with.
I don't know if
Keith
it would
Whitley.
sound real good if they were dead.
Yeah, so alive, maybe Steve Warner would be a good one. To collab
Okay.
with.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good to collab with somebody who's passed.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be like, "Take it, Elvis." Pause.
Radio
Sorry.
silence.
Yeah, radio silence.
Yeah.
Elvis, are you still there?
Elvis has left the building. I'd want to I think it'd be fun to collab with Brian McKnight or one of those super great soulful R&B singers.
Oh, something totally different,
Yeah,
kind of bring a
genre.
different
That'd be pretty dope.
vibe.
Actually, do you remember Rascal Flatts and Jamie Foxx had a collaboration? And it turns out that Jamie Foxx is a great singer, first of all, in addition to being a great actor, but he was roommates with Gary LaVox, the lead singer of Rascal Flatts, and that's how that collaboration came to
Oh,
be.
wow.
be dang.
And more with trivia from Matthew Lopez.
KLMJ.
That's really interesting. I like that. And are you guys working on some new music right now? Is there a new album coming out soon?
We don't know about an album, but we're just constantly working on new songs.
New songs.
We've got so many projects that are in our heads that we want to get finished, and we're just starting one at a time. It's going to be great.
Do you guys then just go into the studio when you have a song, or do you kind of collectively add everything up and then go in and kind of do a bunch at once? Like, what is that kind of studio recording kind of like?
We've done it both ways, honestly. Sometimes we'll do a one-off kind of song. We've actually gone into the studio one time to record an EP of, I think, 4 or 5 songs, and we knew probably 3 of the songs that we were going to cut, and it happened to be that one of the players had remembered playing a demo of ours and said, well, why don't we do that one? And so we've kind of walked into the studio sometimes half knowing what we're going to do,
Yeah.
but it's good to be prepared, so we don't recommend that.
Well, and they say sometimes, it hits you and you just want to flow with it, and if you've got the
sure.
time in the studio, you might as well use it. So, yeah. Kind of works both ways.
Time is money in the studio.
Yeah,
for sure,
exactly. So you're
gotta
going to
make
get
it
your
happen.
money's worth, that's
Yeah.
for sure. All right. Well, you got another song you would like to play for us?
I gotta grab a capo, so go ahead and set this up.
Yeah, speaking of, should we do a classic? We should do an old throwback.
Okay.
All right. An old throwback
Um,
with Due West.
We're not even a duet song. Maybe like a
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah,
We've been
absolutely.
doing a lot of covers lately, and
What do you want to do?
I love this one, the little Kathy Mattea thing.
Oh, okay. Do we do that?
Yeah.
And talking about old country,
Yeah.
this is a great one to get back to. This is probably late 80s, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Kathy Mattea.
Before we get to another song, I've got just a little fun this or that for you guys.
Okay.
So, would you say, are you morning birds or night owls?
Oh, I'm a morning person. I go to sleep about 8:30, and
Me too, brother.
yeah.
I'm a morning owl.
Okay. Afternooner?
Yeah. No, I
I'm a night
love
owl.
morning, but I'm not a bird. I'm a morning owl.
Well,
Can
an
I be
owl
a-
is a bird.
Can I be a morning owl?
Sure.
You have to be wise to be an owl.
My favorite bird is the morning dove, and I
I
love the
love-
sound of
I
that
do
in
too.
the mornings. I
It's
sit out
very
on my
nostalgic.
porch.
What does
Yeah.
it sound like when you cry?
Oh, it sounds like doves.
Yeah, my favorite meal at night when I'm staying up late is a morning dove.
Oh, brother.
Friday morning dove.
Come on, Tim. For all you bird lovers, I
Not that I
apologize.
apologize. You're not going to get any straight answers.
Oh,
on this,
no.
By the way, folks, we're forming a band with Beth.
Gosh.
The three
Tell
of us
them
are
the
going
name.
to be, the 3 of us are going to be called the Fetamines, and the band is going to be called Beth and Fetamines.
Oh,
We are Beth and Fetamines.
She's gonna start singing lead here soon.
You guys save me. Just kidding. Guys, like summer weather or winter weather or fall, like more cool weather, or do you like the heat?
I'll tell you, it gets really hot and muggy in Nashville, and I don't like that. That's probably the only weather that I really truly can't stand it. I've been there. We've been out there almost 30 years or longer, and I still love to get away out here. Like, I loved waking up this morning and it was
awesome.
crisp
so
and
nice
chill.
today,
It is perfect. I love sleeping in cool weather like that. So I guess I may, probably spring and fall are my favorites. Yeah.
Cool
Right.
weather.
Spring and fall for sure, but I'm actually the opposite. I don't mind the summer so much, the winter, but I grew up in Arizona. It's just not something I comprehend.
Oh yeah.
So I don't dig winter. I don't like snow. I don't like snow, speed, or heights. But other than that, I love skiing.
Wow.
You know,
I like all weather.
All weather. He's down for
he's an
anything.
all-weather man.
And then
You're
we
a
were
weatherman?
actually talking earlier. One of my questions is streaming or physical, but we were talking about physical media earlier, and it's just something about it.
Yeah,
you
on the
know?
way to the airport, I have a 3-hour drive sometimes to the airport, and I used to put in my little, I do it a lot, my YouTube and watch it, listen to it. I don't really watch it, but listen to it on the way, just news. But I went old school because I have a CD player, and I threw in the Eagle, Waylon Jennings album. I listened to it
Yes.
twice on the way. It was awesome. Kind of wish I should do that more.
I say when I like to listen to albums, it's so hard to not skip through, but it's nice, like in the car, just throw on a CD and just listen to the whole thing.
The whole album,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Speaking of listening to a whole album, we have a whole album out, and it's
Right.
worth listening to.
Hey.
From soup to nuts, as they say.
Yeah. We brought you one, Beth.
Yes, that's
On
right.
vinyl.
I've got a vinyl of Due West, and they will have merch at Tuesday on the Town. They brought vinyls, T-shirts, koozies, posters.
Bobbleheads.
Oh,
But yeah, if you want to hear our music, the best way to do it is best way to experience it is to buy one of these vinyl records, put it on, and listen to it from the beginning to the end. It's 42 minutes of country music that I think you'll really enjoy, and it takes you on a journey. So, if for no other reason, folks, come out to the park tonight and grab yourself a vinyl
Absolutely.
record, and then take it home and listen to it.
yeah, and one thing I've got to remind myself when I'm listening to music or even watching a TV show is just putting the phone down. Like, you're already engaging with one piece of media.
Yes.
You don't need the phone. Just completely, it's hard nowadays, but to just completely pay attention to one thing at a time. Like you said, it really is a different experience when you listen to a whole album. You're, in your room or in your car by yourself, and you're just focusing, and you get kind of like that deeper meaning. You get into it. You feel more, basically.
My mom used to say, turn the music off so you can concentrate and do your work. Well, these days I'm like, I need to turn the music back on
Yeah.
and to put the phone down. And
Exactly.
It helps me concentrate better.
I agree. One last question before we get to another song. What is your website, socials? How can people keep up to date with you, where you're going to be at, and music
You got it.
releases?
Okay, so we're on all of the things. You kind of have to be. So if you're on Instagram, you can find us there, Due West Official. If you're on YouTube, you can find us there, and I believe that one is also Due West Official. TikTok, we mentioned earlier. We're on Spotify, Apple Music.
eHarmony.
Not eHarmony. Not eHarmony.
Farmersonly.com.
Actually, I am on some of those. And but anyway, yeah, anything. Facebook, of course. SoundCloud, even kind of anything you want. Just search it up, and we'll meet you at your favorite social media platform. We're there. Yeah, and we do have a lot of content out there right now. So if you want to get to know us better, in addition to this wonderful interview that you're doing, Beth, you can get to know us there. There's a ton of just candid, random things. Brad and I are building a gate one time to his backyard, and just those kinds of things. Shenanigans out on the road through the years, and of course, plenty of musical performances and those kinds of things. But yeah,
Awesome.
we love to share our lives on social
Now we
media.
got to prepare for the amphetamines.
Yeah,
Get Beth out there.
becoming the amphetamines.
Yeah.
A whole new attitude. You'll have to have different hats. It's going to
With
be.
opening band, the Bath Salts.
Oh no! Gee whiz, you guys.
Oh, I don't know.
All right. Well, we've got time for one last song with Due West.
Things can't do in a car.
Okay.
Why don't you come in here?
Yeah. Set it up, Tim.
Well, we'll do this one. This is a
Something the people around here might identify with.
Brad was driving his Honda. We all had trucks. He was jealous. He wrote this song.
This is Things You Can't Do in a Car. 2, 3, 4.
That handle sticks on the passenger side. She don't mind climbing in on mine, 'cause that's where she rides. I work the clutch, she shifts the gears. Take a one way unpaved to a place way out of here. Yeah, way out of here. Down a rough road where a car can't go. Up in the hills where you need four-wheel. And down the tailgate, watch your tan legs swing to the rhythm of me strumming on my guitar. Lay back in the bed, lay her head on my chest, beneath the building stars. Doing things you can't do, things you can't do, things you can't do in a car. This Saturday, we're helping Beth out.
Yeah.
Hitch on a ball, we'll be hauling drywall to her mama's house. Later on that night, when the work is done, I got a hot day, can't wait, my baby's getting made up. Yeah, have a little fun. Down the rough road where a car can't go. Up in the hills where you need four-wheel. And down the tailgate, watch your tan legs sway to the rhythm of me strumming on my guitar. Lay back in the bed, lay her head on my chest, beneath the building stars. Doing things you can't do, things you can't do, things you can't do in a car.
Like what, Tim Gaines?
Pull a bolt, move a couch, hook a chain, drag it out, hang a gun on the rack, hot tub in the back, horsepower and a winch, got my buddy in the ditch, that's the fun of mine. Maybe we could get stuck down a rough road where a car can't go. Up in the hills where you need four-wheel. Let down the tailgate, watch her tan legs sway to the rhythm of me strumming on my guitar. Lay back in the bed, lay her head on my chest, beneath the building stars. Doing things you can't do, things you can't do, things you can't do, things you just can't do. And things you can't do, things you can't do, things you can't do in a car.
Love it. So fun. You guys were amazing.
Thank you, Beth.